Hey, what's up guys? Young Dragon here. Now, before I get to today's video, you could probably notice my voice sounds a little different, which I caught a cold yesterday morning. So that's why I didn't really have anything uploaded or live stream Payday free. But I'm starting to feel a lot more better. And I'll definitely try to dish out more Payday free content. So, without further ado, this is going to be my first showcase of my Payday free build. And want to be ready to start with it with a stealth build, which, as the name implies, evolves with stealth. Now, of course, since I am level 100, that means I have access to all 21 skill points. Now, I'll go over the ones I have and which I consider to be the most important for stealth, which of course got to be, evolving with the skill lines of Infiltrator, Grifter, and Hacker. Now, most of the skill points I invest to, most of these are just spare points I have left, but the ones I would definitely recommend to have is Infiltrator Ace, Quick Fingers. The Retriever and the Bagger are just mainly there for spare points I have. Escapist is a little different, and that's not a really good description. It doesn't really actually gives you rush when you do a full sprint. When you're in casing mode or mask off, it only applies when you have your mask on. So keep that in mind. Next up, of course, I'm Manipulator, which is in our spare points I have. And then I got Grifter Basic, Walk to Walk, Social Engineering, Open Mic, and Slippery, just for extra spare points I have. Next up, around the Hacker, I have Hacker Ace, Secure Loop, Appliance Breach is more for spare point, and Glitch Protocol, and Signal Catch, another spare points I have. And then I have Strategist Ace, and Cover Up. Now, as for my weapon of choice, doesn't really matter. As long as you have a suppressor, any weapon would do, because there's no concealment in this game, which is a good thing. Now, if you really want to peep interest in what my attachments are, well, I have one here from my MP7. I have the box red dot sight. I have the snub silencer, the quick pull mag, HQ stock, and the stub grip. As for my pistol of choice, which is the signature 43 or M17 as it says on the gun itself, which you could probably, right there. So the attachments I have on is a quick pull mag, snub silencer, LED red dot sight, and the rivet grip. My armor of choice is a standard legging. My deployable is the medic bag. My throwable is a throwing knife. And my tool of choice is a microcam. And that's my build. And now I'll provide the gameplay and pretty much give you guys my thoughts on the build and the choices I pick. The stealth build. This build is definitely heavily ally a lot with rush. Whether it be staying close to a civilian, lockpicking. Rush is just really nice to have as it speeds up a bit of your speed. And thanks to it, you can able to do a lot of things. Especially able to steal some of the loot right under the people's noses, with the exception of course being the guards and cameras. Because if they spot you doing that of an illegal action, they will try to upper hand you. And will put on the search mode. But of course, you could easily try to reduce some of that by, camera loop some of the cameras and pay attention to the card's patrol routes. Now, for the purpose of the equipment choices I have, the reason I have the Doctor Bag as my deployable as opposed to something like an armor bag is because, well, this is meant to be solely for stealth. If I go loud, guess what? I could just restart the heist. And the reason I keep doing restarting the heist, if I want to do stealth, is because I have to do challenges for stealth, which of course I do it in, invite only, like play just solo, because
All right,
not everybody
let's
wants to stealth at all. Especially it's quite annoying there's no browser, which they should have it at launch for this game. I don't know why. But yeah, the reason I have a doctor bag is, of course, you do have a lot of fall damage involved. Definitely a lot with Rock the Cradle, Touch the Sky, but mostly a lot with Under the Surface, which you're gonna do that a lot, especially going to enter the second floor exhibits, whereas the doctor bag definitely comes in handy. Now, why I chose the microcam over something like the ACM jammer or motion sensors? Well, I'm definitely gonna go over the two of them. At first, I did like the motion sensor, as it allows you, of course, you could place these devices on the guards, and of course, it will keep track. Now, I say the motion sensor is really good to have if you're playing on heights with less crowded civilians, because if you place it on like a device on a lead guard, he definitely gonna walks around a lot, and he will continue different pathings, or actually walk different paths, the more you progress through the game, or at least through the level. And mostly his motion sensor on his back will highlight civilians around it, which takes up the whole 15 mark. Once that 15-minute mark marking targets are up, the motion sensors is become useless. And as for the ACM jammer, well, let's just say they definitely nerf it to the ground. And I probably have little experience how it really works in Pay Free, which I know it kind of jams electronics and all that, or prevents radio calls. But I don't know if it works in a certain radius, or you could just place it anywhere you want and activate it at any time you want. I'm not really sure. So I don't rely on it way too much. And plus, you only get to one activation at a time, and it's just not like it was in Payday 2. And I have no
Yeah,
idea
they were
how this
trying to do
camera
great, actually.
did spot
What did
me
you
or
think?
spot the guard
Some clowns were trying to rob the place or something?
for like a second or two.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
why I picked the microcam, because you can be able to place it on the guard, even on the lead guard, and you could able to highlight it, which of course you have to do it manually every time you want to see. But at least the device doesn't run out of juice, unlike the motion sensor. And of course, I also like to place microcams on very high places where they'll be much higher on the wall, so that way I have a much clearer view of everything else. And it's all about pretty much knowledge with the game itself if you play it so many times, which becomes a very easy game. It's still challenging enough, especially with the Titan cams, the lead guard. But to me, that Cerberus hack that it was exclusive to the Golden Shark heist, it's definitely challenging because you can only loop the cams for 5 seconds. Which I wonder how that would work differently for the other heists, whether it be for No Rest for the Wicked, Under the Surface, which Under the Surface has
It's a guard.
like a shit loads of cameras. But yeah, that's literally gonna be my
Watch the
take with
camo.
all the stealth build I have, and pretty much my decision with each of these said skills. A lot of these are to speed up the process if you have rush or anything else. And I find having these skills definitely makes stealth a whole lot easier. Especially that you can use your phone at a distance for certain things, such as you can able to loop a camera, able to you activate a lure device to distract the guards, able to answer the radios at a distance. Like, you don't have to go much in the open, which is actually a good thing. Now, of course, I will definitely explain a little more with the stealth and the mechanics, and maybe a few tips and tricks. So if I somehow able to get, I don't know, 10 likes on this video, I'll definitely do some tips and tricks on these, well, for stealth for Payday Free, which you probably may or may not know some of these. But yeah, that's I'm close to the end of the heist here. But yep, thank you for watching, everyone. Until next time, farewell, and have a wonderful day, everyone.